her daughter's been diagnosed with cancer, so we need to be sure we keep that family in our prayers too. Faye's in the hospital too. So huh? Deb can give you all the details if you want to know about Faye. So, but we need to be sure we keep her in our prayers too. I have a full list of the Bible reading by month Cheryl has graciously filled out. So if you want one for the daily Bible reading, yell at me after services and I'll get you one. I was waiting for John's one.
Give me the heart of a servant, tender and faithful and true. Fill me with love and use me, O Lord, so that the world can see
daily Bible reading is Genesis chapter 4 today. And when I was reading, and that was pleasing. And yet all it did was create a big mess. No consequences for the choices that you make. You shall not die. What a mess was made. And then she gave it to her husband, and he ate. His decision was, I won't put God first. What a mess was created. Driven out of the garden. Driven out of God's presence. And later they would decide to pass it on to the next generation. Two brothers decided to worship God. That's a good thing. That's not a bad thing. And yet one decided to worship God acceptably, and the other decided to worship God with anger. Uncontrolled emotions. And two brothers that are supposed to be uniquely unified became divided. And the division got so bad that there was murder. You know what? You can't undo that, can you? What a mess. And then there were the lies to self and the lies that were told to God. There was the arrogance, the irreverence, the rebellion. There was the stupidity of trying to hide everything from God. There was the estrangement from family, from community, and worst of all, being cut off from God himself. What a mess. That's Genesis chapter 4. You know who's to blame for the mess? I find it rather ironic that Adam tried to blame God. It's the woman that you gave me. What a mess. But I guess people still do that, don't they? That's just another part of the mess. Cain blamed his brother Abel. And I guess we still do that, don't we? We blame each other. And the mess just piles up, and it gets worse and worse and worse. And here's what we forget sometimes. What we forget is who's really responsible for the mess. And it's always Satan. Always. Because that's all he wants to do, is create problems and cause messes that makes it him. And if you read carefully in Genesis chapter 4, you'll see there's always God. And there was God in chapter 3. And there will be God in all of the other chapters where Satan has created all of the messes in people's lives. There will always to clean up, pristine clean. And about 5 minutes after you get it cleaned up and you put things back the way they're supposed to be and it looks nice and you sit down and you think, boy, that looks good. And then somebody within 15 minutes comes in and makes a mess right after you've spent all day cleaning house. And how frustrating that is. Don't you think it's frustrating to God when he tries to clean up the mess that he didn't make, that Satan made. And Satan keeps making it a mess. We need to let God have his way, because I can tell you, he'll fix it for us the best that it can be fixed. And he'll make our lives better. And he'll get us out of the mess that we're in. And he'll do it to such an extent that one day we can live with him forever. And yes, it's a mess. Sin is a mess, but God can deal with that. And he will, if we'll just ask him. He will deal with that we've got ourselves into. And he does. He does it, as we talked about in our by faith. Jesus Christ. Do you believe that Jesus is the Son of God? You believe that he's the Lamb of God? That's why he came. He came because that Satan has left. Because it will ever be fixed on this earth. To the liar, the